Good morning, one and all. Keith, as well as Rob, with you this morning. And
Good morning,
we're going
everybody.
to ask you guys a super conference, 12 teams. You want to make the most money. You want to be the most popular. You want to have every seat sold out in the joint. What's the 12 teams you would have? Okay? That's so get you a piece of paper, write it down if you want to. If you were going to make a 12-team super conference, you want to be number one. You want to be very, very popular. Number two, you want to sell out all your seats, and you want to have rivalries.
Well, you don't
Who
have
are
to
your
sell out
12
all
teams?
your seats, but you want to have a lot of real good games. You don't want to
You
have
just want the 12.
a lot of
You
a ton of
you want to take
blowouts every.
you want to take your 12 best teams, so nobody else has got them. Nobody else can have them.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
just
want
got
to be
your
a pig.
pick of what you want.
So write them down. Write them down. We'll come back at the end of the show with that.
If you want to go with 6 rivalries, you can do that. If you
That's
want to
fine.
go,
Whatever way you want to do, you want the 12 best teams that you know. If you were going against somebody
you
else
can say
would
I want
want your
my
team.
3 best.
Bob Bryant wants a link. Let me
You
send
can
him
take
one.
if you want. You can say I want the 3 best Pac-10, 3 best Big 10, 3 best Big 12, SEC,
Yeah, well,
whatever
whatever. It
conference.
don't matter. Or if it does not matter. Whatever way you want to go with it.
Now, we're hoping people aren't going to say, "Well, I want
There it is.
I want the Ivy League,
Check it out on
the
ESPN.
military academies, and
Check out
Notre
on
Dame."
ESPN, Keith. Check out
Jim
ESPN real
Harbaugh
quick.
will not coach today.
No. Friday and not. Now, look, why would they schedule it for next Friday? That is stupid. Schedule it for Monday, dumbasses. So he won't know whether he coaches next week until next Friday.
Yeah, they're
That's
like
so
an
stupid.
appeal. Is that what that is? A TRO?
Yeah,
What's
it's
TRO?
an appeal. TRO request. Yeah, it's an appeal. See, the problem is everyone would beat each other up, so I don't like this. You got to have bottom feeders. Well, the thing is, what I'm saying is, if you wanted a super conference, if you were in the WWE and you want to get all the great wrestlers, you want all the best, you want to scrape you want to get everybody else's. That's what I'm saying. You want the best, and you don't want nobody else to have them.
For me, I like watching the regular season games, and I like watching the good regular season games, good matchups, good games. I really don't care much about the playoffs personally. I mean, the bowl games, the playoffs I like, but the most of the bowl games just don't really seem to mean much.
You see, and most of the time, the good thing about maybe where Tim and myself and even Bob Bryant live, generally by that time of year, we're talking third week in December, right there around Christmas time on. Cold weather's hit in. You're pretty much stuck indoors a lot here. And I get in the mood where I like to watch a lot of football then. That's when I like to watch it. It's when it might be snowing an inch or two outside, whatever.
Here's the other thing though, NFL, they play 17 regular season games. Those are all professional teams. Best players, best, and so that's a longer season by almost 50% than a college season. And then they play playoffs. And they might be 3-4 rounds of playoffs.
Now it's 21, 22 games.
Yeah, and the rosters are smaller, I think, significantly. I mean, these colleges like Alabama, they
got twice as many players.
They got 90 across the board.
They're allowed 98 players now.
Yeah, I mean, so they might get beat up, but they got depth.
Yeah, but I heard about the Jim Harbaugh situation last night. And he's not going to coach today. As of right now, he's suspended the last 3 games, which would be Penn State, Ohio State, and I don't forget who the other team is. But anyway, so if they did make it to the Big Ten championship, as of right now, he can coach. As of right now, he can coach, but we'll see what happens.
You know what? It's too bad they couldn't say, like, okay, these schools, their teams are going to be professional. Their players are going to get paid. They're going to all be part of like a league, and they can stay there and play as long as they want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Virginia today. Virginia and Louisville place each other. Who you like in this game, Keith? Oh no. You know what? They played the other night. Who won that game?
Well, they played the other night.
They did, and we both picked them. We both actually picked them ahead of time. I think Louisville beat them.
What was it, like last night, or was it the night before?
I want to say Wednesday or Thursday night they played. Thursday night maybe they played. They played. Virginia and Louisville played each other. It was early this week.
Louisville 31, Virginia 24.
31-24. Okay, we both picked them to win that game. I thought that it's already been played. Tennessee, Missouri, Keith. I'm liking Missouri in this ball game. They've only lost once. Lost to the best team in the country.
Yeah. I think I picked Missouri, but Tennessee isn't. I mean, I'm not selling them short. I think they got a chance.
They're in Missouri. Virginia's showing they aren't an easy out late in the season. You're right. Virginia played like garbage the first 6 games. Sports Time Machine, Mike, what's going on? Hello. Today's question is, if you had a super conference and you were going against us jabronis, you going up against Keith, you're going up against Rob, Tim, Bob, everybody. You're going up against everybody, and you were trying to get all of the best teams, the 12 best teams in a super conference.
Not just for this year, but the way it projects.
Right. The way it'll be
for the next couple decades or something.
15, 20 years from now, who are the 12 teams you'd want? Don't put it on here. Write them down. The 12. I've got Keith's. I've got mine. We don't have the same. And what we get? 8 alike. That's all we got. Alike was 8.
Was it 8 even?
So,
7 or 8? I don't know.
I think Darlene said 8.
Yeah, 8 right.
8 together. Yeah. And Tim says he's already go Utah in Seattle today. Oh, okay. Utah against Washington today. Ole Miss, Georgia. All of the jabronis this week, we all liked Georgia. They're 11-point favorites in this game starting the week out. They were 11-point favorites.
Did you send Tim an invite?
I didn't send Tim one yet.
I'll forward him. I think he gets it faster when I send it.
Mike, would you like to come on? Let's see if Sports Time Machine Mike would like to come on. He might. I got his email too, I think. Let's see if I do. Mike, would you like to come on? Let's see if I've got his email. I like Georgia this week, but I don't like them by 11 points, man. I really don't.
All right, Tim, I sent it to both your emails. I think you used your Gmail one, but
you know what? I may not have Sports Time Machine's email. Sports Time Machine, send me your email, bud. rwkinsler67@gmail.com. Send it to me. Okay? And we'll get you in here. I'll get you in here. R.W. Kinsler, Kinsler, 67@gmail.com. Email me. I'll send you a forward. Here comes Tim. Welcome to the stage. What's up, Tim? Keith, do you like Georgia by 11 points over Ole Miss today? 11 points.
I do.
You think they'll cover? How about it, Tim?
By 13 for Georgia.
13. Okay. Is it 13? Is that the line?
No, you said it was 11. So 13
11. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't like them by that much today. I don't.
No, you said
let's see if Mike has sent me an email. Yeah, I don't like them by that much today. I don't. Let's see if Mike has sent me an email.
Oh, somebody's got their volume up.
Somebody's got their volume up. Yeah. Yeah. Turn your volume up.
Wait a minute.
Oh, somebody's got their volume up.
Wait a minute. I got to.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn your volume up.
Wait a minute.
I can sing. Watch this.
There we go.
Oh,
I had my YouTube on.
I thought maybe we was going to hear it. I thought it was going to be cool as shit.
I had my YouTube on, guys.
What's going on, Bob?
How you doing? Hi, Tim.
We're doing good. We're doing good. Texas, number 7, Texas. They were number 7 before the new poll came out. 7-point favorites at TCU. We all picked them this week. Okay, Mike is in it. Good. Gotcha, Mike. Gotcha. Oh, you know what? I already had you. I didn't know what your first name was. I mean, your last name, I already had it. I already got it. Let's send Mike. We'll have him in here too. I hope I'm able to do this since I don't have StreamYard anymore. I'm hoping I can have 4 guests. Hope so. We're going to see in a second. Texas today, 7-point favorites at TCU. I personally think Texas is going to squeak by this game. Tim, 7 points. Do you like them by that much today? Backup quarterback Quinn Ewers is not playing today.
And that's not Arch.
Yeah, it could be. It's not Arch because they don't. He's not.
Now Arch is going to get. Arch is actually talking transfer now. He's already talking
a chance to play because I was absolute dog crap in spring practice.
Go to USC.
Yeah, exactly. Or go to UCLA, one of the two.
Yeah.
Go to Tennessee. They might need a quarterback.
Right. Or Ole Miss.
Or Ole Miss, yeah, one of them two.
I just think Texas. They haven't looked like themselves the last little bit.
Not since when the whole thing came apart at the Oklahoma game. Well, I mean, they won that game, right?
They lost to Oklahoma, didn't it?
Yeah. Late. Yeah, that's right. Hadn't been good since then. They'll win, but I don't know if they'll cover the points.
I think 7 points is a stretch. What do you think, Keith?
No, I still think.
You think they win by more than 7 without Ewers? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got you. Utah, Washington. I don't know what the line is for this game, guys. Sports Time Machine likes Utah in this game. I like Washington. Every time Michael Penix Jr. has been hit with any sort of stress, they've won, whether the defense has done something or their offense has done something. I like them big in this game. I picked them 44-28. So if they're not 16-point favorites.
I got Washington by 8 points on
Do
CBS.
what?
Washington's an 8-point favorite on CBS.
I think they cover. Tim?
No, I think Utah keeps this closer.
You think it do? Okay.
Well,
how about
the last
Keith?
2 or 3 games have been they barely covered against Arizona. They barely covered against Arizona, or they probably didn't cover. And then I don't know if they covered against USC.
Right.
I like Utah to cover that just because I don't know if I trust Washington's defense enough to.
Yeah.
I think
Bob?
I think Washington will win, but not cover the spread.
8 points. I got you. How many points is Florida State favored by over Miami today? I bet they'll be double digits. I would
think so.
I'll say 9.5 or 10. I don't know.
14.
14. Right off, Keith. 14 right now. If you had to either give up 14 and take Washington State or get to 14 and take Miami, who would you take?
Florida State.
You take Florida State and give it 14.
You said Washington State.
I'm sorry, Florida State. Would you take Florida State and give up 14, or would you take Miami and take your points?
I wouldn't touch that game, but if I had to, I'll give it up, but I don't like it.
How about it, Tim?
Oh, I'd give it up to like 17 points.
Wow. See, I like Van Dyke. I like Tyler Van Dyke.
Yeah,
I think I like him a lot. I really think he can be a top. I'm not sure first rounder, but I think first 2 rounds he can go in this draft. I think he's better. I think he's better than a lot of these quarterbacks that they're making out to be top 10 picks. The kid at USC is a bust. Let me tell you that one right now before it even gets out there, before anybody drafts him. He's a bust.
I would take Penix over him.
Oh, any day of the week, I'd take Penix over him. McCarthy is being pushed. McCarthy has not been throwing the football. He hadn't played anybody. I mean, good Lord. Look at who they've played. They've really not played anybody. Ewers is hurt. My number 2 right now would be Jordan Travis, the kid down in Florida State. I like the way he throws the football too. He really throws the ball nice.
I think Van Dyke will be a starter for somebody in a couple of years.
I think he will be too. He hadn't seen the email yet. Let's see if I can. Let me try it again. Let me try one more time there, Mike. Yeah, I just do not trust the kid at USC at all. I would not use one of my first 3 round picks for him. How about you, Keith?
No.
Would you use? No, I just couldn't do it.
I've heard too many things about it. You're talking about USC's quarterback right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I've just heard too many things about his personality that kind of, I don't know what's true and what's not true, but it does concern me. And most of what I've heard is stuff my dad has fed to me by hearsay, but I just don't trust
right now. I just don't trust. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you say Mike? I mean, Keith?
It does cause me some pause, just what I've heard about him is all I said.
Yeah. I don't trust it. I just don't either. Something's up. I just don't I don't like where that was heading all the way
where
around.
Are you at in your playoffs right now?
I have just got 2 of the series. They've been posted. So the National League series are over, and I just filmed Game 3 of the Indians and Red Sox.
Okay.
So I got to film Yankees and A's later on. I think that's going to be a sweep. I think.
Florida LSU. What kind of point spread do we have for that one today? I might be able to find it myself here.
I had to guess probably LSU by 9.5.
I'm going to say less. I'm going to say 7.5. I don't know. We'll see.
And there has been talks about Billy Napier possibly being axed.
Oh, really? How about the talk?
I got the line here. What did you say, Rob?
I'm gonna go 8, straight 8. He said 9.5 to 10.
It's 15.
Wow, 15. All right, Keith, 15 points. You giving it up and taking LSU?
I am. Yes, it's at LSU. They're coming off the loss to Bama. Their defense is bad, though.
Yeah.
But I still think at home they're going to get it done.
Tim, you giving up 14? You giving up 15 and taking LSU?
No, I'm not giving up 15. Hey, Mike.
How about you,
Michael?
What's up, Mike?
Yes, I joined Jabroni Central.
You have. How about you, Bob?
No, I'm not going to give no 15 up.
How about you, Mike? Florida State, LSU. LSU is 15-point favorites.
Not Florida State.
Florida against LSU. Florida against LSU.
Is that in the swamp or Rouge?
Yes. No, it's in Baton Rouge.
It's in Baton Rouge. And LSU's 15-point favorites. Would you give up 15 and take LSU?
Yes, Florida that well and watching week against us. We're flat as a pick. They don't play well. They don't play well when they're not at home.
I can't give that many points up. Not this late in the season. I can't do it. I'd take Florida to 15. Let's see. We've got Michigan at Penn State. Now, this one should be a barn burner. It really should. No Jim Harbaugh today. We know that Jim Harbaugh is not on the sidelines, and I'm not sure he's not banned from being inside the thing. So I don't think he has any contact with his coaches during this game. I don't think he's allowed to. I gotta think Michigan's probably at least a touchdown favorite here, but I'm gonna say a little more. I'm gonna say 9-point favorites. What about you, Tim? What kind of line if you hadn't seen it yet?
I'd probably say 8.5.
8.5. I'll say 9. Mike,
They're probably at least 1 point favorite, but I wouldn't. Not the time you want to go Valley right now is in November and coach. So it's. I don't know if they can this week by. I know you haven't asked for the results yet. I would say without looking at it, Michigan's probably at least a 7-point touchdown favorite.
How about you, Bob? How many points do you think Michigan's favored by this week?
12.
12. How many is it, Keith?
According to CBS, 5.
5 points. 5 points. Michigan -5. Mike, which team you taking? 5 points.
Before moving out here, a loyal Penn State fan, so it made my allegiance against last year in the Rose Bowl kind of tapping shells on both sides for me. You're playing in Happy Valley. Penn State has a chance. They'll be in this probably the entire game. I would take Penn State, and if they're not going to win, Michigan played field goal. They probably win by the 2 or 3 points.
All right, so you take Penn State in the points. 5.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bob, how about you, my friend? 5 points. Would you give it up and take Michigan, or would
I will.
You give it up. Tim.
He's giving up the points. I think Michigan will win by a touchdown.
Keith.
Yeah, I'm giving up the 5 on that.
I wouldn't. Not a chance right now. I think Michigan is in disarray. I won't be surprised to see them get beat today. I think they win 20-18, but I won't be surprised. I'm with you, Mike. I won't be surprised to see them get beat today. I really won't. Let's see. USC, Oregon. Let's see what kind of or I tell you what, if Keith's got the lines right there, any of the top 25 games I've got right here listed, you can just give me one of the two. I mean, the two teams, and we can kind of try to give a guess as to what we think. What teams have you got? You got Texas Tech, Kansas. You got Alabama, Kentucky. Have you got Connecticut, JMU, Stanford, Oregon State, Baylor, Kansas State?
Which game are you doing now?
Any of them that you got one right in front of you, whichever line that you got.
Oh, well, let's do the one you just mentioned, USC at Oregon.
USC at Oregon. Who's favored, Tim, and by how much? USC at
Oregon by 11.5.
Oregon by 11.5. How about it, Bob? Who you think's favorite?
Oregon by 13.
Mike?
Oregon by at least 17.
Boy, y'all going big. I'm going to go Oregon by 8.
Well,
And
Michael is the closest. It's 16.
16. Okay. All right.
The over under 95.
77.
77. All right. Mike, 16 points. You either got to give them up and take Oregon, or you're taking USC and you think they're going to win within that much. How much? Who would you take?
Referred to the USC defense as University of Swiss cheese. What?
Yeah, that's Tim. Yeah.
They're not stopping Bo Nix, and Utah tried and failed miserably. Utah beat USC and moved the ball really down on them. This is going to get ugly in Eugene. Again, Oxman's one of the toughest home fields to play in America, even though they got some uniforms in the world. Thanks to Nike. I will take Oregon and the points. If they don't double, I'll be surprised.
How about it, Bob? Do you take your points and take USC, or do you give up your points and take Oregon?
No, I'm going to take Oregon.
Tim.
17. Yeah, I'll give that up.
16.
Yeah, sure. I'll give that for Oregon.
Keith.
Yeah, because USC's defense is so bad, I'm going to give up the 16.
I'm not. I actually think it's going to be a touchdown game. 44-37. That's 81 points. Is that still over, though, right?
It's still over, yeah.
I think it'll be over, but, I think both teams could score 40. I just don't think they're going to stop USC's offense either. I think USC's one of the 10 best offenses in the country. Oregon's not that great a defense. They're good, but I think both teams are going to score often, very few field goals in this game. I take SC and the points. What's the next one we got up there, Keith?
Well, we got Duke at North Carolina.
Duke at North Carolina. I'm not even sure I even picked that game.
Over 200. Oh, wait a minute. That's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Did Duke lose last night?
Over 18 dunks, over 18 3-pointers. Huh?
I thought I heard on ESPN that Duke lost yesterday or something.
They did to Arizona.
Basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have Duke, North Carolina on here, Keith. Shoot us another game.
Okay.
Hold on. I might have that for you.
Now he's got. I just didn't
got
write
it.
He's already got it, Tim.
Oh,
I just didn't write it down.
West Virginia,
right?
Oklahoma.
Huh?
West Virginia, Oklahoma.
West Virginia, Oklahoma. I do have that one. Bob, who you think's favored in this game? West Virginia at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in the top 10 in the country. Who do you like, Bob?
Okay.
And by how much? How many points do you think they're favored by?
15.
15. Mike.
I would say Oklahoma's probably a 10.
10. Tim?
Oklahoma and who?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. And they're at home against West Virginia.
I'd probably say it's 12.5.
I would have said double figures before they got beat. But man, since they've gotten beat, they hadn't been the same team. I'm gonna go 9.
That's not right between Mike and Tim. It's an 11.5 point spread.
11.5 point favorites. 11.5. Tim, 11.5. Oklahoma, West Virginia. Who would you take?
I'd take Oklahoma.
Bob.
What was the question again?
11.5. You'd have to give up 11.5 to take Oklahoma, or get.
I'll do that.
All right, Mike.
Boomer Center.
You know what? I actually am picking an upset. This is my upset special this week. West Virginia goes into Norman and beats Oklahoma 37-35. That'd be my upset special of the week.
I would go with Oklahoma.
You take Oklahoma too? Okay. Yeah. Keith, what's another game you got there? You got Ole Miss, Georgia handy. You got TCU, Texas.
How about Oklahoma State at UCF?
Oklahoma State. I don't got that one, but we can do that. Oklahoma State at UCF.
Yeah.
Central Florida. They're better than a lot of people. And what's your rankings of either team right now?
Oklahoma State is 15, UCF unranked.
All right. So Oklahoma State's 15th, UCF at UCF. Tim, who's favored? How much?
Oklahoma State by 8.5.
Bob.
USF by 7.
UCF by 7. Okay. Mike.
Oklahoma State by 7.5.
I'm gonna go a little lower here. I think UCF gets some home cred here. UCF 4.5. I'm sorry, Oklahoma State 4.5. Keith.
Yeah. Oklahoma State is favored by 2.5.
Woo, 2.5. How about that one? 2.5 point favorites. I'll go first right here. I'll lead this one off. UCF is for real. I know they're for real, but Oklahoma State can run the ball down your throat. Oklahoma State wins by a field goal, not a problem. Keith.
Yeah, UCF's only 4-5, but they did almost beat Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But I'll take Oklahoma State here.
Tim.
Yeah, if you're going to give me a field goal for Oklahoma State, I'll take that.
No. You're actually favored by 2.5.
Yeah, no, if you're going to give me 2.5 to play with, I think they'll win by at least 3.
Yeah, okay. Bob.
I'm going to say USF is going to win.
UCF, okay. And Mike.
I totally agree with what Tim says. You're only giving me 2, so give me Oklahoma State in the point.
All right, not a
How
problem
about
there.
the Cowboys?
Okay, Keith. Who else you got there, bud?
All right, let's find something here.
You got Michigan State, Ohio State. That's going to be the real thriller of the week. That's the one. People be sitting at the edge of their seats wondering.
Then again, Ohio State was losing at halftime against Rutgers last week.
Is it going to be over or under? That's the
let's
only
do this one. Arizona at Colorado.
Ooh.
Arizona at Colorado. Okay, I don't think I have that one. All right.
Now both teams are not rated, not ranked.
Okay, Arizona.
Actually, Arizona is ranked now on at least
and it's probably a late night special game. Which
probably 10:30 game tonight for East Coast. What's Arizona? 24th in the country.
21 it says here.
21. Wow. Arizona at Colorado. Mike. What's the
Actually, this game's at 2
o'clock. I'm gonna have a lot to say on
tonight?
this. I am going to jump on my jabroni first time on the network soapbox when I get my 2 minutes. But I'll say I bet Colorado is favored by 7.
Colorado by 7, did you say?
7.
All right.
Colorado by 7? Bob.
Who's the teams again?
Arizona
at
Colorado.
Colorado by 3.
Tim.
Ooh, Bobby kind of stole my thunder there. That's about what I was kind of thinking. I'll say 2.5 then, Colorado.
You know what? I'm going to say Arizona's favored in this game. Arizona has went places and played tough this year. I'm going to say Arizona by 1.5.
Really, none of you are even close on this one.
Arizona's favored by 8 or 9 then.
9.5. Arizona
9.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, you got to give up 9.5 and take Arizona, or you can take Colorado and get points. Who you take, Mike?
Jumping on my soapbox. Deion Sanders is the most undeserving rated son of a in the coaching has ever and that's for start. He isn't bowl eligible, is he?
Not yet. They're 4-5.
Nor he, because he still has us to play, and we're kicking the living Jesus out of him when he comes up to Salt Lake at the end of the month. I can guarantee you that. Coach prime time. I am taking Arizona and points.
And you go give up 9.5. Okay, Bob.
Arizona and points.
Tim.
No, I don't know if they'll win by 9.5, but I think Arizona wins this game, but not by that much.
I actually like Colorado in this game. I think Colorado wins this game outright. Give me 9.5. Keith.
Yeah, Colorado might score some points. Arizona, though, I really like how they're playing.
Their quarterback.
Would you be willing to
very underrated.
Would you give up? Pretty much giving up 10 points.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I
right, okay.
I put money on, but yeah. Of course, I don't.
So me and Tim took your points. Who else you got there?
Well, let's do Baylor.
We got 28 minutes to kickoff time, guys. 28 minutes to kickoff. Drew Aller, first Penn State quarterback. Nicholas Singleton, 480 yards rushing. So Michigan Penn State starts at 12:06 Eastern time. So they're going to be playing in roughly 32 minutes.
Okay. Baylor
where was game day today?
Eligibility.
Game day today is in. Are they in Georgia?
They are in
Ole Miss, Georgia, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in
Georgia.
Georgia.
I can see the freaking one sign.
Yeah, they're in Georgia, Mike.
Okay.
Shoot us another one, Keith. What'd you say?
All right, you got a Baylor team who has to win out to be bowl eligible.
They're going to Kansas State.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Kansas. I'll start with this one. Look, Baylor is not Baylor of old. They're just not the same team. They're traveling to Kansas State, one of the top 10 places in the country you do not want to play. They're playing in Manhattan, but not New York. Manhattan, Kansas. I like Kansas State big in this game. 11.5-point favorites. Tim, Baylor, Kansas State.
Yeah, I with that comeback they almost had against Texas, I can't see why they can't be favored by, I'd say 10.5.
10.5? How about Bob?
Kansas State by 12.
12. Mike?
13.
13. And it's
Kansas State is a 21.5-point favorite.
Woo! 21.5.
No, 21. I'm sorry. Did I say 21.5? 21.
Yeah, just straight up 21.
Yeah, 21.
All right, we'll start with Keith. 21-point favorites at home. Who you take? Who would you take?
Kansas State, I think, is a lot better than Baylor, but that is a lot of points. I think Baylor is going to keep it a little closer than that.
So you think you take Baylor and then 21?
Yeah, I'll take.
No, not. I think Baylor covers 21, not win but covers.
Okay, Bob.
I agree.
Baylor. Okay, Mike.
I bet I had a stat out there that says, when's the last time Kansas won and covered that many points?
Kansas State. Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas State. And today's not going to be the day. Kansas State will win, not cover. So I'll take Baylor.
I'm actually taking them to cover 37-12. So I got them winning by 25 points. I'll take Kansas State. What's the next one we got popped up there, Keith?
Well, we're kind of getting down here to the last ones, but
all right,
we still got a couple.
We got Michigan State, Ohio. If you want to do Ohio State, Michigan State.
Okay, but we got Texas Tech. Texas Tech 4-5. So they got to win a couple at Kansas.
Texas Tech at Kansas. Tim, What kind of line we're going to see on this game? Kansas number
Kansas
what?
by 13
Kansas
and a half.
19 in the country, Keith.
Kansas is 16. I depends. I guess it depends on what poll you're looking at.
16. Okay.
It's
Kansas
18.
Kansas by how many, Tim?
I said 13 and a half.
13 and a half. Bob.
Kansas by 21.
Wow. Mike.
When's the last time Kansas State have been favored by double digits in the same?
Right.
Guessing Kansas is favored by at least 2. So I'll go 14.
I'm gonna go lighter on this one because I just think this one could be a little bit closer than people think. 8.5. I'll say Kansas by 8.5. Keith.
Well, that's a good thought, Rob, but it's actually tighter than that. There's only a 4-point spread in this.
4-point spread. Wow. 4 points, Keith. Who would you take?
I'll give the points. I'll go with Kansas.
Give it points and take Kansas. Tim.
Yeah, I would give that too.
Bob.
I'm with them guys.
All right, Mike.
Rock Jayhawk.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got it this one down 39-28. I think Kansas wins this one outright pretty easily by 11 points. We got only about 20 minutes till game time, so we won't do many more. But we'll see what Keith's got going on right now. Then we'll talk super conferences the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Let's do one more game. We got Alabama at Kentucky.
Alabama at Kentucky. I'll go first this time. Alabama, that's the Rodney Dangerfield college football teams this year. They really are because they got this kid that people just say, well, he's not a very good quarterback. He just wins. He just wins, folks. They're going into Kentucky today, and they are going to lay a smack dab on them. I'm going to say Alabama is favored by 17. Tim.
I'd say Alabama by 19 and a half.
19 and a half. Bob.
Alabama by 17.
Mike.
Alabama by 21.
21. And it's
me up, monkey.
It's only 11 and a half.
11 and a half. 11 and a half. All right, we'll go to Bob first. You got to either give up 11 and a half and take Bama or take 11 and a half points, add it to Kentucky. Which one do you like?
Give me Bama.
Mike.
Roll Tide.
Tim.
Touch up, twin.
Yeah, tied.
Keith.
Alabama.
Yeah, I like Bama big in this game. I really, really, really do. Now, I'll tell you what. I got them down 44-17. Now, me and Keith, we gave each other our 12 super conference teams. Okay? And then we filled out enough to make 20 teams that we think should be in your super conference of 12 anyway. So, Mike, did you even write down your 12?
I just got your question when I pulled up your thing, so I haven't really had a chance to think about it.
So if you want to, you can write down some right now if you want to, and I'll ask Tim first if you want me to.
Okay. I got my 12. Yep.
Give us one of your top 12 teams.
It's 10.
University of Miami.
University of Miami. All right. Who's another one?
The University of Georgia.
Georgia. All right. Another one.
Louisiana State University.
LSU. Okay. All right.
Then we're going to go Alabama.
Alabama. That's 4. Another one.
And we got Penn State.
Penn State. All right.
We're going to continue with the state schools, and we'll go Florida State.
Florida State. Gotcha.
Continuing on, we'll go to Ohio State.
Ohio State. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 so far. This will be number 8.
Number 8 is Michigan.
Michigan is 8. Number 9.
Texas, University of Texas.
Texas. All right. Next.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think you got 2 more.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Number 11 is the University of Swiss Cheese.
USC. All right. And
last one's a little bit of a surprise. University of Washington.
University of Washington. Wow, he did not add Notre Dame into this. He did not put Notre Dame into it. Did not put Oregon in it. Did not put Clemson in it.
Notre Dame.
Did not put Auburn in it. Okay,
Notre Dame is probably the one I'd reconsider over.
Yeah, I got you,
possibly
Mike.
Washington, but
who would you have?
I think you have to put the power in C, and go probably would go Georgia.
Georgia,
Bama.
we got that. Alabama
and LSU. Then you probably big three. You want to go super conferences, money, and have the state build. So you Michigan, Penn State,
right,
and then Ohio State.
All right.
I'm not a fan of them, but you have if you're doing a Super 12, and you're gonna have the prestige, and you need to invite the Notre Dame Fighting Irish for number 7.
All right.
Pure tradition, you would go USC for number 8.
All right.
See, four teams go. Old school favorites are coming back this year. Give me Florida State.
Okay.
Then you would honestly, you would probably would take. They've been a more consistent pack team.
Who was that?
Oregon.
Okay.
That's what 10. That's 10, right?
That is.
Okay. Also give me Clemson.
All right.
And then the last team to poke their way through.
You haven't gone with any Big 12 teams, I don't think.
Okay, Evan. Yeah. Let's go. Then probably the best team out of there would probably Oklahoma.
All right. Now, Keith, have you got yours written down?
I don't, but you do, I think.
Yeah, I've got mine written down. Let's see. I've got a team or two. Well, everybody picked my teams. If we pick all through, but this is.
I remember what they are. I remember what mine are.
This is where my dilemma is. Do I take USC and UCLA, or do I take Texas and Oklahoma? And when I bracket those two teams in the country, if I'm thinking about what I want to do as far as strengthening up, we're just talking football right now. If we're just talking basketball and everything else, I might go a different route. But strictly football, I take Oklahoma. I take Texas in that situation. Another one, Keith likes LSU a lot. All you guys liked LSU. I didn't take them. I took Clemson. I'm looking over at their body of work right now. They're national champion. They've been a national champion a couple of times in the last 15 years. I think Clemson offers a lot of strength in here. I'm with Mike. I take Miami.
Hey, it's Kelsey calling from Centerville.
Yes.
Hey, I was going to see if I could come see you on Monday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Kelsey. No. I like Miami and Florida State. I really do right now. Florida normally would be probably in my top 12. They probably would be. Notre Dame, my goodness. I mean, look at how they schedule every year. They do not schedule. I mean, yeah, they play Navy and they do play a couple other little scrappy teams, but they do play some really, really good football teams. And that's why they're even considered in the top 25 with 2-3 losses, because they do play some good teams. Oregon, to me, they've been more consistent longer than Washington. Right now, obviously, Washington would be the sexy pick to take. Tennessee, a lot of people would like to take Tennessee. I know. Auburn. Keith actually has Auburn in his top 12. Now, then I added 2 more teams that nobody mentioned. I thought, well, there's a chance that somebody may put a BYU in there. Anthony, if you were here, Anthony, shout out to you, brother. I know you would put BYU in your top 12 in the Superconference. And then we were like, okay, we got 19 teams we've talked about. And me and Keith were like, if we got 20 teams, who's the one team we hadn't picked out yet? And we just instantly both blurted this one out. Texas A&M. We just came out with A&M. He mentioned Boston College. I mentioned Oregon State, mentioned Kansas State. But I think overall, we really like A&M the best. Ole Miss has to get honorable mention. Florida probably honorable mention. Tennessee honorable, but they're just not there. And Virginia Tech, years past, they were a very good team. There's some teams. Iowa in the past, Iowa would have been up there maybe pretty close to the top. And then, of course,
Wisconsin, even probably
Wisconsin, right? Florida, right now.
I would almost like to see a relegation type system where the bottom four get kicked out, and then
of course now you're looking at North Carolina. North Carolina's playing really, really good now. So it's all, if you got the hot quarterback and everything going on for you right then, it's really, really a lot of that going on. But I think we all agree on Alabama and Georgia.
We got like the college football Premier League.
Alabama, Georgia, then like Ohio State. Ohio State. And I waffle with Penn State. Really, I mean, I did. I waffle with Penn State. But let me tell you something here. This is interesting. Let's say Penn State pulls the upset today and they beat Michigan.
We'll just have to come back.
Let's say Michigan beats Ohio State. Do you guys know who goes to the Big Ten championship? As of right now, as of today,
if Michigan loses,
if Michigan lost to Penn State,
because they're undefeated.
But if Michigan beats Ohio State,
and Penn State
all
doesn't lose again,
all 3 of them will be one-loss teams within the conference.
They probably go to who has the most overall wins, right?
Well, actually, Penn State lost to Ohio State too, didn't they?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
So so Ohio State would at least be the second slot. So it'd probably be Michigan.
Yeah. Right. It would be Michigan get to go then. Right. But if Penn State had not lost, they right now actually what they go by is Big Ten West wins versus. That's what they go, which sucks. I wish it would do this. This is what I think it should happen. This way, it would stop teams from playing Central Connecticut and the rest of Michigan. Your whole rest of your season, other than the 3 teams, other than your conference schedule, out of conference schedule, wins and losses, and whoever's got the most wins that you played, I think that's the way I think it should go. Now, I obviously a conference does not want to mess with that, but I think that's the way it should go. Rutgers and Iowa today. Everybody's taking Rutgers.
No, they're not. They're taking Iowa.
I'm sorry. Everybody's taking Iowa. The Hawkeyes. Oh, no one's taking Rutgers. No one's taking Rutgers. Next level, what's going on?
Has Oregon next year on their schedule.
Huh?
Ohio State has Oregon on their schedule next year.
Yeah. Duke, North Carolina. Does anybody like Duke today?
No. And not even the line, it was 11.5.
13. It still went up to 13.
Whew.
It's up to 13. I would take, if somebody gives me 13 points, I'll take Duke. But Des Bryant takes North Carolina. Pat McAfee takes North Carolina.
Why is Des Bryant the guest picker?
Oh, not Des Bryant. Des Howard.
Desmond Howard, okay.
Nolan somebody. I don't know who that is. Nolan took North Carolina. Lee takes North Carolina. I think Herb Street takes North Carolina. No, he takes Duke. Now I don't know if that's with points. They don't ever mention that.
No, they it's straight up. These are all straight up.
I think it is straight up too. Fan vote North Carolina 76% right now. We only have about a little less than 10 minutes before game time, guys. Don't forget, try to catch that Penn State, Michigan game. Should be good. Miami against Florida State today. And Des Howard he'll take Florida State. I am sure.
It's Nolan Smith, whoever he is.
Nolan Smith went to Duke. He was a Duke player for basketball.
Let's see who this is.
Nolan Smith. He played basketball at Duke. Why is he there in Georgia? I don't know. Or is Nolan Smith the guy that played defense for him last year for Georgia?
Yeah, he's the former linebacker for Georgia. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know Duke had a Nolan Smith as well. Everybody across the board takes Florida State. Florida State, 89%. How about that fan vote? I think it's a little high, boy. I tell you what, you better don't sleep on Miami on this one. Oklahoma, West Virginia, that is my upset special. I'm going to say one person takes West Virginia, but it wasn't Dez. And it won't be McAfee. McAfee's the ass kisser, folks. McAfee is watch. I'll guarantee you.
Michael Cole for too many weeks.
I will guarantee you this. They are in Athens, Georgia. He's not going to say anything good about whoever they're playing today. All he's going to say is, Georgia, the Dogs. Pat McAfee did take West Virginia, though. He did take West Virginia. Yeah. Let's see what Corso takes.
Yep.
He likes Oklahoma big. He likes Oklahoma big in this game.
By the way, I'd like to see if there are odds about Lee Corso coming back for next season.
Yeah. He's in such bad health. He's in terrible health.
Or at least should be
Arizona, Colorado. This is the one we were just talking about a little while ago.
It should also be comes back full-time on set, works from home, or doesn't come back at all. Should be
I don't think he'll have him from home. I just don't think he can do that. I don't think he
probably will. The cost isn't justified for that.
Arizona, 62% out of 100. That's it. 38% likes Colorado to win this game outright.
Arizona's now 10-point favorite.
Des takes Arizona. Pat takes Arizona. Nolan, I'll bet he takes Colorado. Plus, don't forget, folks, Ole Miss Georgia game is yet to be picked on here. He took
this
Arizona.
Game's at 2 p.m. probably on the Pac-12 network.
Arizona by Lee Corso.
What game? What game is on Pac-12?
Probably Colorado and Arizona.
Probably going to be. I wouldn't surprise late night, ESPN.
2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 Eastern.
Oh, prime time gets to play before bed.
It is.
Poor baby.
Everybody took Arizona in this ball game. Everybody took them. Now Southern California against Oregon State. I mean against Oregon. USC Oregon. I like Oregon. We all liked Oregon on the channel. But Dez, Pat, Nolan, Lee takes Oregon. Nobody takes SC.
Yeah, it's on the Colorado game's on the Pac-12 network. That's not a shocker.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have it on UVerse, but they gave that.
I don't have Pac-12. I have SEC. I got ACC, and I got
Right.
Big Ten. All of them took Oregon across the board. We all went with that one. Are they getting ready to talk about the game of the week? No, not yet. They're talking about Utah and Washington.
Go
Mike,
Utah.
You say Utah is going to win this one, huh?
Yes, they will.
I like Washington in this ball game. Tim?
Oh, this is going to be 3:30 on Fox.
The weather, it's going to be a bad weather game too. So,
is it raining in Washington?
It's supposed to be raining in Seattle. Someone said it could limit Penix from playing.
Dez takes Washington. Pat takes Washington. Nolan takes Washington. Corso. Utah's just not. Oh, he's got a not so fast coming at us. But they haven't had their quarterback all year. They really needed him.
No, they don't. They're playing with the pig farmer, but.
They all picked Washington, but Corso, he went with Utah. And then Bama, Kentucky. I think this will be a sweep across the board. I just don't think Kentucky – I think Kentucky has too many holes in it right now. Dez likes Alabama. Now, we got Button-Kisser up here. He may take Kentucky just because they're in Georgia. No, he took Alabama. Nolan. Who's Nolan going to take? He takes Bama. Corso takes Bama.
They don't want to look like they're being foolish. They might be butt kissers, but they don't want to be foolish.
Yeah, well, like I say, it doesn't matter where they're at. McAfee is never winning against the green. He always kisses their asses. Tennessee and Missouri, good ball game today. I really think it's a good ball game. I like Missouri in this ball game. Tim. Fan vote 51% to 49%. How about that?
Yeah,
Tennessee's
real close. Tennessee's actually favored on the road.
On 2.5. Dez likes Tennessee. Pat likes Missouri. Nolan likes.
I'll go with give me Tennessee. Oh no, I don't like
Missouri.
I'll take Missouri.
I like Missouri. Let's see who Corso's taking. I don't know why they're not showing it when Corso and Wow. He said Missouri almost beat Georgia last week. Now everybody's booing him. Yeah, they're booing the shit out of him now, yeah. The fact is, I'll say this much. He will not take Ole Miss. He will not take the Rebels today. I just don't believe it. I can't imagine it. Here we go. Michigan, Penn State. What? Who do we think Dez is going to pick? Ooh, he played there. You can't. You alma mater. You got to take him. Michigan. And McAfee takes Michigan.
Trust me, there's the old thing. Of course, Howard came from Cleveland, so did Elvis Gerbach, and went up north. And none still too happy about it.
What's that, Tim?
I say him and Ellis Gerbach both came from Cleveland
Oh, really?
and went up north. And none too happy about it. By the way, Troy Smith in his first season as my high school alma mater's offensive coordinator, not very good.
He was a wide receiver, wasn't he?
Desmond Howard, yes. But Troy
No,
Smith was
Smith.
quarterback for Ohio State, won the Heisman
Oh,
Trophy.
okay. And how well did he do?
Didn't seem like it went very well.
Oh.
Granted,
All
first
across
season,
the board took Michigan. Across the board. They took Michigan, and now number 2, Georgia, on a lot of people's board. Number 1 to me. Till Georgia gets beat, they're still number 1. Number 9, Ole Miss.
How many people remember who drafted Desmond Howard?
Huh?
How many people remember who drafted Desmond Howard?
Green Bay?
Michigan,
No. Washington.
Michigan Panthers.
Washington drafted him. I think it was right after they won the Super Bowl against
God.
Washington
Oh,
Redskins
number
did.
Carter. Sorry.
Oh God.
Yeah, they already had
11-point favorites today. If I give the points up, but I think Georgia wins this game.
By the way, did you guys see that the NFL was suing the the University of Houston for their Houston Oilers type jerseys?
No.
I don't know how they could do it for a color scheme, but they're going to try.
Dez. He takes Georgia. Well, we know here comes Butkusser. He's going to take Georgia.
Which team had the uniform style first? The Iowa Hawkeyes or the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I would guess that Iowa, because the Steelers way back in the day had that the prison style uniforms,
Yeah,
the stripes,
Bumblebee ones.
the bumblebee ones. Yes. JJ Watt even had a thing where
they were horizontal stripes, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then Nolan. Let's see who Nolan's going to take here. We knew Pat was going to take Georgia. Like I say, he's not going to.
He's not. He'll put on the headgear. That's right.
Corso is not going to Ole Miss. I can't imagine.
No way.
I can't imagine it.
When I was in high school, our football helmets. I didn't play football, but the football helmets had the Iowa Hawkeye logo on it.
Ours was the Michigan Wolverines, but with the Wolverine.
We got to Green Bay. We got to Green Bay with a G. But it's blue and gold.
No, it's Grambling.
Yeah, Grambling. Yeah, that's the high school.
That's what we got on our high school. That's what we got on our high school. They won last night overtime, 28-27. Beat a 3-7 team in the playoffs. How in the hell you make the playoffs 3-7?
Because they want everybody to make the playoffs in high school. That's why.
It's all about the
power. At home, Keith. Beat them in overtime at home. Nolan takes Georgia, and now the pick.
First school is the Jayhawks.
Does Rob have the head group? Our group.
Do I have a what?
Dress like Corso does.
No, not for Georgia. I don't. That's for damn sure. No.
What's some unique team names though? Like for high schools, like in the conference my high school played in, there was Freeport.
Oh, here comes the Bulldog. They bring the Bulldog up here.
Freeport was the
Well, Wofford. If you ask Alan
Shaw, yeah.
Alan Shaw, he said their mascot's a dog. I wonder if they're the Woofers. The Wofford Woofers. That's what he told us.
Yeah, Incarnate Word Scrabblers. Yep.
Yeah. The Incarnate Word Scrabble players. East Carolina, the Pirates. That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we had the Idaho Vandals.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, we have the Bees are one for a high school near me.
We got a Bees. We got a Colonels.
If you go to like Texas or like Arizona, you'll have the chaparrals.
They make fun of them too, the Colonels, and then they bring
KFC.
Orville Redenbacher. Yeah, and they'll throw popcorn at the idiots, and they're supposed then a Colonel with a knife and the blade in their hand and all that shit.
All right.
And let's see.
You like Cornhuskers?
We don't have any Cornhuskers here. We got Generals, Appomattox, the Raiders.
Okay,
that actually is the city where Lee surrendered to Grant. Appomattox. They're the Raiders. Nelson County, they're the Governors. Okay. We got the most governors in the state came from that county.
We have the Owls.
We've talked about Lynchburg before. They're the Hilltoppers. E.C. Glass, the Hilltoppers.
What did you say you had, Bob?
Well, it's not my school, but school that was close to us was the Owls.
The Owls. Okay.
The Owls. Yeah.
Ours was the Patriots. We were just
okay.
we had the logo like New England has on our helmets.
Charles Haley. Charles Haley went to a place called William Campbell. The Generals. Yeah. The Blue Comets.
That's not good.
We got one called the Blue Comets. That's
we got the Comets. That's the
we got the Blue Comets, Tim, and I'll tell you. Adam, what's the name? Taught school there. Steve Waltz. Adam
Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page.
He taught school there with the Blue Comets. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a real story yesterday that looks like something that would be from the Babylon Bee or something, but it's not.
Robot grabs some police.
Robot grab.
Looks like something from The Onion.
Yeah, but it's real.
Huh.
Mistaking him for a box of paprika. Oh, dang.
It was in Korea or something.
That's wild. So ESPN where I live right now, the same channel we just saw the pregame, I've got Kentucky, Alabama.
I think everybody does.
Okay. Let's see.
Fox has Penn State, Michigan.
NBC.
They might do Premier League soccer right now.
ABC. None of the three. ABC for me is probably not what you guys have got.
I got Georgia Tech and Clemson.
I do. Georgia Tech, Clemson, believe it or not. Yeah.
And
ESPN2.
Yeah, I got Georgia Tech, Clemson on ABC.
Tulsa, Tulane.
Yeah, so do I.
Tulsa, Tulane.
Michigan, Penn State.
ESPNU. Yale at
CW is not having a game today. That's interesting.
Who is that?
I said CW. It does not have a game today. That's
they don't?
Huh.
Nope.
I know the NFL Network's got one tonight, 7:00.
Maybe that's where they decided to transfer.
Well,
that
they've generally been having one here lately.
With the ESPN type logo, I think. Yeah, they got Georgia Southern and Marshall.
We got college basketball on FS2. Connecticut they're hosting the power team of Stonehill University or Stonehill College. Yeah. Oh my God!
By the way, James Madison ever thought, "Oh, that was great. They beat Michigan State, and then they barely beat somebody. They scored 5 points in the final 4 seconds to force overtime."
Michael, you're playing some payoff pitch lately?
Yeah. And they recently released the 1978 season.
Okay. What teams do you like in baseball?
I'm a Yankee fan. Always.
Okay, so that would explain your interest in 78 with
So
from what I understand, Goose Gossage struggled earlier that year.
By the way, we have an early score touchdown, Texas Tech over Kansas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's on
we
Fox
were-
Sports 1.
Here
we
he
were like
goes.
Kansas in that one. FS2.
What's up,
We got-
Nance?
We've got
Hold on. Michael's
Connecticut up 15-3 over Stonehill in basketball.
Oh, I don't have FS2.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, by the way, the
no.
James Madison had to go overtime against Kent State.
In
Michael,
basketball.
That's what you call it, a letdown game.
ACC Network is showing us the
I'm trying
strong.
I was asking Michael about the 78 Yankees. No, they're who I forget now. Who was the closer going the year before for them?
Well, they traded for the start of the season. He had like 22 just as a reliever. I think he was 12 or something. So he hold anybody. So there's a couple wheelhouses on his card. So he can be. Problem is that kid is so good. You can throw him out there every 5 days.
Yeah.
ACC Network had nothing to choose from, so they said, "What the hell? We'll show Virginia Tech at Boston College today."
Yep.
The least watched game on TV today. Big Ten Network,
And then
and that's Indiana, Illinois. They'll get better ratings than Virginia Tech.
it's on the Big Ten
Virginia
Network.
Tech.
Big Ten Network has Indiana, Illinois. Yeah.
Texas Tech,
Yeah.
Kansas.
No score, which they may not get a score there till the fourth quarter. The way those
Oh.
two. That's first and goal though, so who the hell knows? Yeah.
Well, it can't be
Illinois.
any worse than either the Iowa game at Wrigley Field against
Yeah.
Northwestern or the
Yeah.
Thursday night football game between the Panthers and the Bears. Woof.
Yeah. They don't even have 100 yards to go though on that field, do they?
What at Wrigley Field?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They did configure it better this year. Where instead of putting where the
Okay.
wall jutted out into the part of the
Yeah.
white
It's-
part end line.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if you don't have plenty enough field, you do not need to.
They just configured it wrong. You figure why can't I mean? Well, the problem is you got to avoid the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
That's the part
Oh.
It's Syracuse and Pitt Yankee Stadium, which is an abomination.
What is that today?
That's today. Yeah,
Where is it? What time are they playing?
I think it's this afternoon. I think it's an afternoon kick. I think.
So 3rd and goal for Illinois. They look like they're already looking at a field goal if they don't do something soon. They got 9 yards to get there. I don't like their chances here.
Achoo!
Bless you.
Oh, achoo.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank
The
you.
current NFL 2024 draft order is Arizona, the Giants, and then the Bears get picks 3 and 4.
Right, because they'll get North Carolina. They'll
Carolina.
get Carolina's pick. They get Carolina's first round pick.
Yeah, and then
So that's why they were they knew they had to beat them Carolina
But
Thursday
that was
night.
prior to the Bears win over Carolina.
Right. Carolina right now, I think we get number 1 pick.
New England could jump ahead of them if they lose this week.
Carolina is no longer number 3. They're either 2 or 1 right now. So,
Well, that too. Yeah, Carolina would be
so
2, so the Bears go up 1, down 1.
yeah. So our super conferences, guys, you pretty much got them right here on the channel. We got our picks for the day. I'd like to thank Mike, Bob, Tim, Keith. We will see you all very, very soon, and we will be here tomorrow for a preview of NFL football if possible. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless, and we will see you very, very soon.
Thanks, Rob.
You can
You're
stay
more
for
than
a
welcome.
minute.